Okay, so it's so very important to look at the string shapes in the proper way so I don't lose anybody. And it should be easy for people to understand, and I understand it too, and I found this to be an easy to understand way of looking at it. See this one string here? This is like a string of notes. This is the bottom string, so it says it right there. Bottom string, okay? And then these things with the arrows are how we're going to do mobility, okay? So with the bottom string starting from 3, 4, 5, let's say this is where the low E is. Okay, and then there's the A. But this is the bottom string, and here's the low E. So if that E is the third, we're in the key of C, right? Okay, so we start there with the bottom string C string shape, the C string shape right here. And I've kind of like isolated it out here. So let's use this part of the table too. So we've got root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 diatonic scale here, majors. So here's our C string shape, but notice how it's intertwangled with the A. So the 5 of the C shares is the outer note of the C string shape on the bottom is the G, and that's the inner note of the A string shape. So I've isolated the A string shape down here. As you can imagine, we're spelling the word caged, right? C-A-G-E-D. Now, as you know, I don't like to reach over the guitar. It starts to choke me off. So we go in caged, going to the right, okay, and then going to the left. Obviously, we go in caged backwards. All right, so if I've named the string shapes as such, and they're the bottom string of the string cages. So here's your C cage. Okay, if my finger is your fret, can't play any of this. There's the C. All right, it's got kind of like a Phrygian bottom like that, so you do a Phrygian scale. Then the A cage is intertwangled with it, and then the G, the A string shape rather, and the A cage. So the A string shape is the bottom of the A cage. Okay, but the A shape, if we start from the bottom, is no longer a Phrygian, it's a Mixolydian scale. Okay? If we follow the string shapes, now in this particular case, we have fourths and fifths going this way. But if we look way over here a minute, we've got a little diagram here. We've also got string shapes fifths going up. Okay, so we have C going to G in fifths. Fifth of C is G. And string shape fourths going down. The fourth of G is C. Okay, so they stack like that too. And here's a nice representation of the string shapes. The only thing with this diagram right here is that I was too lazy to put them in order. Sorry. But here's the C. And it's important to be able to look at them as isolation too. Isolated, modularized. The C is 3, 4, 5. The A is 5, 6. It does follow cage, and you have to remember when you're doing cage, you have to start it anywhere. So you might as well look at it starting with the A shape here. That would be A. That would be the real deal A. That'd be your A here, and the A string shape would go to the G string shape there. Let's see, A. Yeah. Right. I'm not looking at it properly. Yep. The G string shape would be right here. So G shaped A. Okay. And then you'd have your E shaped A right there. that kind of thing. D-shaped A and C-shaped A. We could go below the A shape there. We could get to a C-shaped. Oh, we have the E-shaped. Okay, so below the A shape is the E shape, as you know. So we have the C shape rather. We have our C-shaped A right here, something like this. I wouldn't want to put Mr. Capo that low. But where is our A right here? The roots. A there. A there. There's your C-shaped A root. That was funky. I'm so used to, you know, having that open string there. Anyway, that would be the C-shaped A on the other side there. It was a little difficult for me doing it in A. So that's what I get for not putting in order. Now, also we have 3 string shapes to learn individually, and this is it. If you learn these string shapes and you know how to use them, that's all you'll need. You know, of course you can make adjustments to it, right? So if this is the 5th of C, if you want to hit a B flat up here, you can do that. This would be the 6 sharp 7 flat. You can do whatever you want as long as you have that structure. So this is why I'm looking at them individually there. Okay, so we're going to zoom on out again, and we're going to start over up here. And look at this. We've got 3, 4, 5 here. Then we have cage length 5, 6. Cage length, the G shape, 6, 7 root. Cage length by 7 root now. See how 7 root is also the outer notes of the bottom string, or the G cage in general, are the inner notes of the E cage. So you're spelling cage, C-A-G-E-D. Okay, and then one more time, the E shape goes to the D shape in the word cage, sharing the 2. You get the D shape, and then I put the C shape once again so you can see the relationship way it starts over again, sharing the 3, 4 buddies. Hey, speaking of buddies, right? And so it goes in 4th to the left and 5th to the right. How does that work? Let's look at C. Okay, let's look at C. The 4th of C is actually E in string shapes. Why is that? Okay, I'm just razzle-dazzling you with yesterday's chart, but we've got here mobility, a mobility argument, right? So the 4th of C is E because 4ths go counterclockwise on the string shape circle, and the 5th of E goes to C, not B, because it goes clockwise on the string shape circle. You skip every other letter in the word caged, and you're going in 5th, so it's C, skip A, G is the 5th, skip E, D is G's 5th, etc. And this is the mobility we're discussing here, which is like caged here, but if you look at it backwards, it's an ascending pentatonic scale. So the word caged is a descending pentatonic scale. And then going up, as we discussed, we have in 5th or 4th, or it says or up the ladder, and we're not going to worry about that. When we go up the ladder, it's like we're skipping a cage shape. So it's C goes to A, then A shares the 6 with D, with G rather. So in the ladder, we're just skipping a rung like that. You know, we're kind of like a monkey can climb a ladder with one arm. You know what I'm saying? And go in 5ths going up, or going 4ths going down.